What's up, everybody? This is Dino Sports here. We're talking about UFC 200, all the drug violations from USADA, all that. So let's hit it. So it's been a while since July 9th, which is UFC 200, starting giving the UFC a big boost up to new generation of talent and stars. But in my opinion, the event didn't go as great as it was hyped up for. I didn't watch every fight personally, but I watched quite a few fights. I watched the prelims, and those fights were arguably better than the main card fights. Um, I watched T.J. Dillashaw against Assunção guy, the Brazilian. I felt that was a decent fight, even though compared to the other fights. I watched a little bit of the Zingango Pena fight, which it seemed pretty intense. That was probably one of the best fights of the night. And then I watched the whole main card. The Velasquez fight, I guess honestly that probably was the best fight in my opinion. It only lasted like half a round. The Aldo Edgar fight, it just got really boring after a while. It just wasn't a good clash of styles. And then we find out now Aldo saying he had a spy taping Edgar, Edgar getting trained. So I mean, that looks really bad on Edgar. I mean on Aldo's part. So yeah, that kind of hurts the UFC a lot. And so does John Jones' situation with Daniel Cormier, which I'll get into a little bit. But the Cormier Silva fight, a lot of props to Anderson Silva. He's a GOAT. He's a legend for taking that fight on a 3-day notice. He still got a good few hits on Cormier, but obviously he wasn't ready for that. Cormier got him. It wasn't. I mean, I didn't think it was boring because Brock Lesnar did the same thing. We didn't see anyone booing him. It was the same thing, really, the ground and pound. So you can I don't know why you boot Cormier because he fought he trained all these months and he had to deal with losing a lot of money because of John Jones, and then he had to deal with fighting a whole different type of fighter in 3 days, and he had to train for that. Cut 5 pounds within these 3 days to get to 205 because Silver wouldn't fight at 210 even though Cormier asked. So a lot of props to him. We'll get into John Jones because he's a little screwed up right now, unfortunately. Brock Lesnar, Mark Hunt, it was okay. But, I mean, it wasn't, a good fight. It was just boring. Hunt, I thought would beat him, but I thought he'd knock him out, honestly. But he was just in the shell of himself. But Lesnar got tested positive for the same drug John Jones got tested positive for. So, I mean, he's not looking good too well right now. I think Hunt should actually get the money Lesnar won. Got from the fight. Because, that's bull, man. He trained so hard. He fought the fight. He did everything he was supposed to. And then he fought a guy who was cheating. He might as well should have cheated himself. So, yeah. The Miesha Tate Amanda Nunes fight, she just wasn't herself. Miesha Tate wasn't herself. It was just you just knew Nunes was just a better fighter. I don't know, Tate. I just seemed mentally not there. Just wasn't. It wasn't the fight I thought it'd be. Oh, I also want to get back to the prelims quickly and say, yeah, I watched the St. Northcutt fight against Marin. I don't know these guys' first names. Sorry, but yeah, I saw that fight. Um, yeah, that was a pretty good fight, but it wasn't spectacular. Oh my god, none of these fights are surprises. The Tate fight was, but it wasn't a big surprise because it wasn't it just wasn't Tate's lost before. It's not a big oh my god. Because she just the way the fight went played out, it just didn't turn to anything. Although Edgar fight, okay. Yeah, we didn't really see much of the Frankie Edgar, but what I just said with the spy thing, that might tell you why, you know. Yeah, the Velasquez and Brown fight, I thought it felt to go a little better than it did, even though I said it was decent. But I mean, Velasquez just had the edge. It wasn't much of a competition. He was on his stuff, man. Same thing with Cormier. He still did. He still like came out and competed. He did well, but it wasn't like a big fight against him and Silva. It wasn't because Silva just had 3 days to train. The Lesnar fight it was just boring, man. Like Hunt was a no show, even though he fought a drugged up, whatever you want to call it, Lesnar. So, the bigger story. Well, let's get back to Dillashaw. Dillashaw won that one fight, so we might see another fight with him against Cruz. But the bigger story is John Jones, Brock Lesnar, Chad Mendes. These guys all getting caught by USADA for drugs, like performance enhancing drugs, HGH, all that stuff. I don't know exactly what they did, but let me comment. John Jones really messed up. He really hurt the UFC. He really ruined this card. Because that was the big fight we were all looking for. The press conference, all this trash talk. And then he just screwed up again, man. He just keeps screwing up. He really needs to get his act together. If he gets suspended for 2 years, I can see him coming back, but he's not going to be the GOAT. He will never be the GOAT if that happens. He can still come back from this like he coming back from everything else, but he really hurt the UFC. Dana White's really mad at him. He's pissed, man. He's pissed, and I would be pissed too, because what he did, it's wrong. You can't do that. So, yeah, he's not the great. It turns out like the champ and the best in the sport. It's not just on the court, inside the octagon. It's also outside the octagon. So that plays a factor. So that's why Cormier is the best. That's the John Jones side. Lesnar, you just came back from what 5-6 years of not fighting. Yeah, you wanted everything, but you cheated. You cheated as much as John Jones, and you just lied to everybody. You just made the sport look really bad too, as much as John Jones did. Cause you're you're a big fan favorite. You attract a lot of attention from the WWE and all that, and you just made this sport look really bad. Two of the top, two of the here. How do I put it? John Jones is the best in the world on inside the octagon. So is Brock Lesnar is really good too. It's two really, really good fighters got caught for HGH. Same drug. And then we hear about Chad Mendes. He's fourth in the world, whatever. I mean, in his division. He's still quality. He gave McGregor a good fight, but I mean, look like these guys, these top caliber fighters, even John Jones or even a Brock Lesnar getting caught for this stuff. This gotta stop. And the UFC isn't finding these guys. They're not. I even heard about John Jones hasn't gotten fined by the UFC. Same thing with Brock Lesnar. And Hunt is going at the UFC for it. He wants a players organization like the PA, like the NFL does and the NBA does. He wants that, so he's calling for that. He's saying a lot of expletive things to the UFC. I don't blame him. He should get his money too. Get Brock Lesnar's money. He got embarrassed. Like he fought a guy that's on HGH or now I'm reading anti-estrogen. So they're taking things that you shouldn't be taking. It enhances your ability on the octagon. So it's not good look, man. It's not a good look for the UFC. These guys taking drugs like this, like performance enhancing drugs. But it's a good thing there's USADA to clean things up, make sure the sport's clean, not have the image get damaged. And I hope Marconi actually gets a players association going because they kind of need that. They need to make some more money. Like the fighters that are more money, they're they're risking their lives every time they walk in the octagon. It's not safe. They need to make money. They have a living, so I support that. I think Chad since I don't with Chad Mendes, he did get suspended for 2 years for not the same drug, but it was by USADA. Obviously, he got and his drug was, let me see here. Let me get the right. Yeah, PEDs again. Same thing. Like it's something that enhances your performance in the octagon. You should not be taking it. But it shows how like difficult this sport is, like to not, like if you don't know what you're taking, what supplements you're taking, it's it. That's just the little things can do this stuff. And then you look like a cheater. There's three big guys. I know Mendes is not as big as Lesnar, like as a attraction as Lesnar can be to fans, but John Jones is is the best. So at least we now know, like USADA, like for fighters, if you're taking this stuff, you better get off it because USADA will walk in your gym any second. So and test you. So it's best be clean to you're striving for at the UFC. So yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Tomorrow we'll do some NBA coverage. Get back to that stuff. I'll probably talk about a recap of the Euros. I haven't done that for a while. It's been a little more than a week since I've been talking. Pardon the ESPN notification, my bad there. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.